meeting, we've talked a lot about dealing with difficulty, finding traction, and that really is the key. No matter where you are, it's not about anything other than continuing to move toward what you want. And rather than accepting stops, which is usually what most of us have done when we've been stopped by anything, it's been our acceptance of that stop. Because it's quite possible for each and every one of us to be unstoppable in regards to moving towards what matters to you. Being unstoppable doesn't mean things go your way. Being unstoppable doesn't even mean you get what you want. Certainly not every time. But it means, and what it can mean to you, is that you spend your life heading in the direction that matters most to you. That's it. At the end of the day, I don't think there's anything more important than that. Every single day, for as long as you live, move toward what matters most to you. And absolutely no one can stop you from doing that. This is entirely up to you. Is everyone familiar with Viktor Frankl? Right? Man's Search for Meaning, gentleman who was incarcerated in a concentration camp. He wrote a great book, Man's Search for Meaning, and one of my favorite things from that book, forgive me for not having it in front of me and repeating it verbatim, but he talked about the last of the human freedoms. He was incarcerated, his choices were taken away from him, but he talked about the last of the human freedoms is the freedom to choose your own attitude, to choose how you want to look at a situation in front of you. And that's something no one can take away from you. So if you understand just how much of moving towards what you want is in your own hands, you can become unstoppable. It's the entire back page of that paper. I wrote that for you. I hope you like it. It requires you to notice when you're being stopped, right? Because we're all heading wherever we're heading, and then at some point we're not, and you will not be heading where you want to be heading until you realize you're not heading where you want to head. So it all begins with noticing, right? So we talked previously about some of the behaviors that come up when you're not on point. Those are those clues to make you, wait a minute, I'm not heading where I want to head. What do you do then? Take a sec. Give yourself the grace to slow down. Pause. Really examine your intention. What are you after here? What is the highest and best use of your time, your attention in this moment? My friend, I have a very dear friend who is 82 now, and he was a bigwig in a number of different corporations, one of them being IBM. He said, whenever you went and presented to a group at IBM, in the back of the auditorium hall where they were presenting, there was a sign up on the wall. It had two words. Anybody know what they were? So what? When you're talking, when you're taking the time to direct other people's attention, so what? What is the point? What is the highest and best use of your time? What is it you want to be moving for? And so I don't say what, and I don't infer say what from my so what. I don't care what you're thinking. I mean, so what? Like, it is your time, it is your attention. What are you doing with your time and attention? Because honestly, those are the only two things that are uniquely yours, your time and your attention. Right? So place your time and your attention on the things that matter most to you. Refine your goal, get it back to that point where of the things that matter most to me, I can start heading towards them by taking these small steps now. If necessary, refine the goal again, find another way. There's absolutely no situation that you cannot move towards what matters to you in. Sometimes we can affect the room around us, sometimes we can bring the room or the people in that event towards what we want. And sometimes you don't have influence in that space, but you still have influence over yourself and what you choose to take away from that event. This event can be horrible, this person can be horrible. You could say nothing about this is moving towards what I want. Yeah, but it can really solidify what I don't like about that and why I'm dedicated to heading in this direction. I can take this event and I can move towards what matters to me in this moment. get good at expressing what does matter to you. Because again, how many of you found a wealth of experience and perspective in this room? Right? Tons of it. Just right there, sit at your table. There's tons of that around all of us every day. And if you want to get unsolicited help, be honest about where you're going. Be clear about where you're going. It's kind of like when you're driving a car and you want to turn right, or you want to move into the right-hand lane, but you don't use your turn signal. Why aren't these people letting me in? Did you indicate that's where you wanted to go? Life's much better when you're, I'd like to go over there. I want to go over here. Slow down, let you in. But if you don't communicate what you're about, if you don't communicate about what matters